and Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today I'm going to be reviewing this animal encyclopedia. So, first I would like to thank God for all of these animals and more animals He has given us to have a lot of fun with and admire. So, without wasting any more time, let's get started right away. Okay, so now we have the cover page. So if you guys cannot notice from the camera that the words and the pictures are actually 3D, like the feeling is kind of like 3D. It's like a little push-up. So the author is John Woodward, and let's move on to the summary of the book. So here we have the summary, and it's actually really beautiful. I like how they put the animals for like little bit interest on the book, and the summary is also written in a very nice and short form, and it's really cool. This page is not 3D animated, but it's still really awesome. So now let's move on to the contents page of the book. So now we have the contents page. So we have invertebrates, fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals. But I'm going to be starting off by the first 4 contents, which are what is an animal, evolution and extinction, animal history, and the animal kingdom. These are the first 4 introductory contents. This is the what is the animal page, and it's the first content of the full book. I'm going to give a close-up look on what is an animal first. So now this tells you a small introduction on what is an animal, and now let's move on to the 6 kingdoms of life and other. So now it tells you some other basic things about animals, like the 6 kingdoms, like the key features, like the gas exchange, sensory systems, and other all things about animals. Now let's move on to the next page. So here we have evolution and extinction. Here we have a small paragraph as well, and a lot of other key features and a lot of other things as well. But I would like you to have a close-up look at lost ancestors. So now we have the lost ancestors. You could see there's the full family of the elephants. It's so weird that they evolve from the time to time. Now we have animal history. Here also we have a small paragraph, but we have more animals this time. And not present, these are all extinct animals. There are so many things, it's just so exciting to find out about them a lot. So now we have the last content, which is the animal kingdom. Here also we have a small paragraph. In every one we have. So now we have so much topics and different things in the animals. Now let's move on to the invertebrates. Now we have the invertebrates. There's a small paragraph about invertebrates. It's in every single topic. And we have some small little pictures of examples. Now let's move on into the pages. Now we have what is an invertebrate. So we have a small introductory part and like a small little introduction and about everything. There's actually a lot more content, but I'm going to be choosing 1 page for each content. I chose butterflies and moths because it has the features of other pages of the book too. We have a huge picture about the butterflies, parts and everything, and we have the different types of butterflies too. Now, let's move on to the next content of the book. Let's go. Here is the fish content page. It's the same as the invertebrates, just some of the examples and colors are different. This page is actually different than the invertebrate because fish is a unique thing, which invertebrates are actually kind of different. So in the what is fish page, you can see the full body of the fish and what is a fish. Now let's move on to one of the examples. I decided to choose this page because this page is just absolutely amazing. It's just so realistic. So they actually tell you the body and how they are like moving, and they tell you a small introduction. I'm actually going to tell you my favorite page in the end of the video, so stay tuned till the end. Now let's move on in the next content. This is the amphibians intro page, and this is just like the other pages, so let's just move on what is an amphibian page. The amphibian page is the same as the other pages, but it tells you so much, and the frog is completely so cute. And now you could see that it's so adorable. So now let's move on to the example of this amphibians. These are the frogs and toads. You could see how many types are there. You could see the big picture. So now let's move on to the next content of the book. This is the content page, almost exactly the same as the other content pages. Here we have what is a reptile. You could see that there's a big tortoise or turtle, and tells you what are the parts of it. So now let's move on to the example of it. So my choice was Galapagos tortoise, and you can see it's so realistic and big. And I almost forgot to mention, in every animal there's actually a small little column where they tell you where the animal is from. In this picture you can see a small little purple column in here. So let's move on to the next content. So now we have the exact same thing again, only some words and everything is different. But now let's move on to what is a bird. So now we have what is a bird, and by that corner, if you see closely, there's a nest with cute eggs. There are like 7 or 6 eggs in there, and we have some more eggs maybe afterwards, and maybe somewhere else they will have some more eggs inside that little cute thing. So now there's a lot of information and a lot about the birds in here. So now let's move on to one of the examples. I decided to go with emperor penguin because the baby one is adorable, and you could also see how the parent actually feeds the baby one. Now let's move on to the next content. Okay, so now we have the mammals, and these are one of my favorite content. So now let's go on to what is a mammal, which is the next page. So we have the what is a mammal page, and the elephant is absolutely amazing. Inside it you could see that the little one is right there. That's so adorable. Now let's get on to one of the examples. I'm deciding to show you grizzly bear because he's so fluffy, and it's also showing how he eats. But I have a surprise. Let me show you the Lion King characters from this book because they're actually there. So now let's roll the music and let me show you the Lion King characters from this book. Let's go. Now this is Rafiki. Next, this is Simba and Scar fighting. That's maybe Mustafa in that picture right there. Next we have Shenzi and her people. Next is Timon, and last is Pumbaa. Now let me tell you my favorite page in the book. So let's go. Okay, you can understand why this is my favorite page because I just really like parrots and their beautiful colors. My favorite bird in this actually is the hyacinth macaw and kakapo. They're so adorable. Now you guys have a small idea on how this encyclopedia is like and how it is. And this is the end of the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and see you guys next time. Bye and walaikum assalam.